feet to bring yourself into more balance. So if you feel yourself kind of leaning into one hip or the other, try to bring yourself upright and engage your feet, bringing more balance. And just enjoy this feeling of feeling balanced on your mat. And in your mountain pose, bring your attention to your breath, keeping your eyes closed. Your inhales and your exhales. I know that today you're talking about different ways to relieve stress in your group afterward, and yoga is just an awesome way to relieve stress for so many reasons. And one reason is because of the breath work that we do in yoga. So for example, if you're feeling stressed or anxious about something or even angry, frustrated, you can just pause and with your mind focus on doing balanced breathing, which would be inhaling to a count, say of 4, and then exhaling to the same count, called balanced breathing. So let's try a couple rounds of that. If you're comfortable still keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and do that and expel all your breath. So go ahead and exhale fully in preparation. And now let's all inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. So you can blink your eyes open now. That just gives you an example of a breathing technique that you can use to help reduce stress or anxiety. So let's go ahead and inhale and lift our arms up. And then exhale. Just let them slowly fall back down by your side. Again, inhale up. And then exhale. 2 more times. Inhale up. And then exhale. Last time. Big breath in. And exhale. Good. Let's inhale our arms up one more time. And this time we're going to float over to your right. So allow your right hand to fall and your left hand to reach up and over towards the windows for a lateral stretch, feeling hopefully a nice stretch down the left side of your body. Bring your attention to your core, drawing your core in as we inhale and lift our arm up, and then exhale, floating over to your left this time, allowing your right hand to fall down and your left hand to fall down, your right fingers to reach up and over. Keeping your breath going, smooth and steady, in and out through your nose. Inhale your arms up. And then as we exhale, let's take a slight back bend. So you're just going to lean your back just ever so slightly. It just might be an inch, if even that. And looking up towards the ceiling. Just holding your back bend. Breathing. And then return up to center and let your arms float down by your sides. And now for another option for doing a back bend, we're going to do another one, is just to bring your hands behind you, like, resting, fingers facing down, palms on your lower back. So let's bring our hands there, and then inhale, and with your exhale, just back bend slightly, once again, drawing your elbows toward one another, and continuing to breathe. It's so easy to hold our breaths when we're doing anything strenuous, so try not to do that. And then with your next exhale, come upright and just let your hands fall by the side and just kind of wiggle it out a little bit. then this time, what we're going to do is we're going to step back. So I guess I'll come to the side. Step back with your right foot. I guess I'll go like this. And we're going to come into Warrior One. So just keeping your hands on your waist, if that is comfortable for you. Step your right foot back, and you're going to bring your foot to about 45 degrees. And you're going to place a bend into your left knee. So you're leaning into your left knee, and then your right foot is at a 45 degree. Kind of peeking towards the corner of the room. Good. This is called Warrior One. And then, and your hips are supposed to be sort of turning towards the front of the room. They'll never get 100% square, but you can just bring them a little bit. And then now, for the full expression of this pose, you can bring your arms up if you're comfortable doing so, along your ears, reaching up towards the ceiling, and gazing either up towards the ceiling or just straight ahead, whatever's best for your balance. This is Warrior One. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, step your right foot forward, bringing your hands to heart center and bringing your foot in for Tadasana. Good. Okay, and now go ahead and let your hands fall by your side and bring your feet about hip distance apart. So just comfortably standing there. We're going to do some tiptoe balancing. So I'm going to count to a count of 4. And as I count, we're going to go up to our tiptoes. We're going to hold for 4 up there, and then we're going to go down to a count of 4. Okay? So your hands can be wherever you want. If this helps you, or if you want to bring them to heart center, you can do that, but whatever works for you. So let's go ahead and start. So up to your tiptoes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then hold your feet there. 3, 2, 1, and then lower down slowly. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do that again. Up for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 3, 2, 1, and then relax down. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Up. 3, 2, 1, and then down. Oh, nope, sorry. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and then down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale those arms up. Exhale slowly. Stepping your left foot back now for Warrior One. I'll just demonstrate, I guess, this way. I'm not used to hearing. So your left foot back, and then you can bring your hands to heart center or on your hips to begin with. And so that back foot is at 45 degrees, so it's pointing towards this corner over here. And your right leg is at a 90-degree-ish angle. If you can get it, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to go that low. You're just bending into your right leg a little bit. So, good job. And then go ahead and bring your arms up along your ears if you'd like. And just keep breathing. And if you ever want to test your balance and kind of push yourself, you can always close your eyes in most poses just to see how you do. So take another breath in, and then exhale, step your back foot back up to reach the other one in Tadasana. Inhale your arms up, and then exhale, we're going to fold forward. So bring your hands through heart center and fold all the way down, just letting your head hang, letting your fingertips reach towards the mat. If they don't make it, that's perfectly fine. So you're just letting your torso fall closer to your thighs. Place a slight bend in your knees if it isn't there already. That'll help protect your lower back. And just enjoy this forward fold for a couple more breaths. Good. If you've got your hands up, go ahead and release your fingertips down to your mat. And then inhale to a halfway lift. So you're going to inhale, bringing your hands to your shins or to your thighs. And then exhale, fold all the way back down again. And this time, bend your knees slightly and inhale as you lift your whole torso up, including your arms, all the way back up above your head. bringing your palms together, and then exhale, bringing your palms in front of you. Good, good. Okay, next we're going to move into Warrior 3. So we did Warrior 1, now we're going to do Warrior 3. And so I want you to focus on your right foot. Look at your right foot. Even actually look down at your right foot. And just focus on grounding it down into your mat. Both the sides, your heel, your toes, maybe even pick up all your toes. And then place them all, it's really tricky, I can't do it one by one, but place them all back down onto your mat. And then lift your left foot up a little bit. And then we're gonna hinge forward at our hips, keeping your hands either at heart center or at your waist, wherever's comfortable. And you're gonna extend your left leg behind you for Warrior 3. So it can just be down here, it's fine, just bringing it off the mat a little bit, or you can bring it up, trying to get it to hip height. And then trying to bring the crown of your head down further, not ever letting your head hang though in this pose. And if you've got your leg lifted off, good. See if you can flex your foot, just to bring a little extra challenge there. Flex it while it's up off. That's Warrior 3. And with your hands, you can keep them at heart center. You can bring your hands behind you or out to the sides, whatever helps. And now slowly lower your foot back down behind you though. So just lower it down where it is and have all your toes facing the front of the room. And you'll have like a stance like this, or maybe a couple feet of a stance. We're gonna come into pyramid pose. So go ahead and inhale your arms up. And then hinging at your hips, fold forward over your right leg. This is pyramid pose. Always keeping a slight bend in your knees if that, to protect your lower back, and if that feels good. I'm sure you're feeling a nice stretch, pretty intense through your right hamstrings in your pyramid pose. One more breath, so breathe in, and as you exhale, then bring yourself up to a standing position and bring your feet together in your mountain pose. And then just shake it out if you need to a little bit. And then we're going to take Warrior 3 on the left side. So looking down at your left foot, go ahead and ground down through your entire foot, both sides, the heel, your toes, lifting your toes up, and then placing them down one by one, or however they decide to go down. And then hinging at your hips, start to lean forward with your torso and lifting your right foot off of the mat, just as far as you're comfortable lifting it. So this is a huge test of your balance. One good thing to do is to find a place on either the wall or the ground in front of you that's not moving, and focus on that. Keep your stare there. Flex into your right foot. And hold it. If you want to play with your arms, you can extend them out, or along your side, or even up ahead. Warrior 3. And then let's go ahead and set our back foot down, coming into pyramid. So look down and just see if make sure your feet are maybe 2 footprints or 3 footprints away from each other, and all your toes are facing the front of the room. And inhale your arms up, and then exhale as you fold over that left leg. Once again, bending slightly into your left leg, and you can let your head hang here. Keep breathing. One more breath in, and then with your exhale, step forward and rise up to your mountain pose. Good job. Inhale your arms up, And then exhale, this time we're gonna swan dive. So straight arms and keep your back straight, and then dive forward like you're diving into a pool. And then when you can't keep your back straight any longer, just fold it over into a forward fold. So once again, letting your head hang here, slight bend in your knees. Inhale to a halfway lift, so bringing your torso up so that you have a flat back, and then exhale to forward fold again. And then inhale all the way up, sweeping your arms out and up above your head, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to cactus, so your arms to cactus. So you're just, yeah, you guys look great. Drawing your shoulder blades together, so focus on that. Spreading your fingertips apart, engaging your entire arm all the way from your shoulder down to your fingertips. This is cactus. With your next inhale, lift your arms up. And then as you exhale, come into chair pose. So you're just gonna bend like you're gonna sit in a chair, but you're not really. So your arms can stay up along by your ears if you'd like, or if your arms are getting tired, always just bring them to heart center. And try to focus, when you're in your chair pose, bringing your weight into your heels, making sure your weight is not in your toes, maybe even glancing down and wiggling your toes. And then let's inhale up, lifting our arms up, and then exhale, cactus arms again, drawing shoulder blades together. Inhale up, exhale, chair pose. Doing great. Or heart center's fine, totally fine. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, fold to forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then go ahead and plant your hands and come down to tabletop. So if you could come down to like table on your mat. I know that your knees are not cooperating with you, so but whatever you can do still sitting in your chair, please do. So we're in tabletop. Wrists under our shoulders and our knees are under our hips. And we're going to do a few cat-cows. So in your chair, you can do these cat-cows. It's like, you know, where you're rounding your back. And then, so you can still do those, maybe placing your hands on your knees and then just, you know, opening your chest and then tucking in. So we're going to inhale. We're going to tuck our toes. Those of you that are on your mats, drop our bellies and gaze up. This is cow. And then exhale to cat. So uncurl your toes, arch your back, and tuck your chin towards your chest for your cat. Inhale to cow. So lifting your gaze up, dropping your belly. Exhale, cat. Arching into your back. One more. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Return to a neutral back in your table. And not letting your head hang here, always letting the crown of your head draw towards the front of the room. Reach your right hand out in front of you. So reaching your fingertips as if you're trying to touch the front wall. And now extend your left leg behind you, resting your toes on your mat or on the floor, wherever they reach. Drawing your core in. And if you can, or if you want to challenge yourself, lift that left leg up to about hip height if you can get it up there. So you're creating a line basically from your fingertips all the way down to your toes, your right fingertips down to your left toes. Take a big breath in, almost like someone's trying to pull your fingers apart, away from your toes. And then exhale, release both back down to your mat, your palm and your knee. Reset your back. Make sure you have neutral back on your core end. Extend your left fingertips now out in front of you towards the front of the room. Reaching, reaching. Continuing to breathe. And now stretch that right leg behind you, leaving your toes on your mat. And then bringing your foot up if you'd like to challenge yourself. Take a breath in. And then exhale, releasing your palm and your knee back to the mat. And go ahead and take a child's pose. So you're going to allow your hips to rest back onto your heels. And then you're going to allow your chest to fall towards your mat. And resting your forehead either on the mat or on your fist. You can always double up your fists, or yeah, you can use your block to rest your forehead on your block. So we'll hold our child's pose for just a couple breaths. One more breath in your child's pose. And then as you exhale, plant your palms and bring your body back up to a tabletop. And then from here, go ahead and circle your hips to the left. Just circling them. There's no real rhyme or reason to this. You're just creating a circle with your hips going to the left. You can make your hips big or small. And then reverse direction. Circle your hips a few times to the right. And then return to stillness. And then come down to your bottom. We're going to take a pose called deer pose. So before you get too comfortable, you are going to bring, so it's not like, you're not going to be sitting cross-legged like this. You're going to leave one leg like that and then bring the other leg behind you. So your legs are going to be zigzagged. So your front leg, your right leg, make it the shin parallel to the top of your mat. And then your left leg, the shin will be parallel to the side of your mat. Does that make sense? It might not be accessible for everyone because it's a pretty big hip opener right here. So just do your best. You can always bring yourself in closer, like bring their back foot in closer to your hip if that helps. And then let's sit up straight up as we can. And then let's turn our torso to the right. So you've got your right shin is parallel to the top of the mat. Oh, you're switched around, that's what it is. No, you're good. No, you're good. No, it's my left, thank you. Yeah. So you want your right leg to be parallel to the top of the mat. There you go, there you go. And then we're gonna turn towards the right, and then we're just gonna come down as far as we want for a little bit of a twist in this deer pose. So you can stay on your hands, so you're feeling a twist through your lower back. You can always come all the way down to your forearms. That's about as far as I can go. So this is a deer pose, a twisted deer pose. You can always use your block. Does this make sense?
Am I doing it right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you're just opposite of me, so next time do it the other way. It's okay, I'm being a little confusing too because I'm not used to teaching. I'm used to having mirrors, you know what I mean? So to say the opposite of, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So you can always use your block in many poses to bring the floor closer to you. So take advantage of the props that you have when you're in a yoga class. And now plant your palms and walk yourself up in your deer pose. And then we're gonna switch our legs just to the other side. So now our left foot, our left leg, is going to be parallel. The shin is going to be parallel to the top of your mat, and then your right shin is going to be parallel to the side of your mat. Okay, so we're just sitting up tall in our deer pose. Maybe bring your hands to heart center at your heart, at your chest. Your spine is tall. And then turn to the left, or in your case, turn to the right. And then just in your twist, you can stay right here, or just come down a little bit to your hands, or even down to your forearms if you'd like. And don't forget, you can use your block. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and walk yourself up out of your deer pose, coming into just an easy seated position. So sitting up tall, your legs are kind of crisscrossed, whatever's comfortable. And then fingertips out by your side. Inhale your arms up. And then exhale, twist to your right. You're going to be just a seated twist. So resting your left fingertips on your knee and your right fingertips behind you. And your gaze can go over your right shoulder or just directly ahead, whatever's best for your neck. Trying to keep that spine tall once again. And keep breathing. If you've stretched too far that you can't breathe, then it is perfectly fine to relax your stretch a little bit. With your next inhale, turn towards the front and extend your arms up overhead, and then exhale and twist to the left. Letting your left fingertips rest behind you, gazing over your left shoulder. And then inhale as you turn to center, lifting your arms up, and then exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. Good. Now extend yourself all the way down to your back. So just however is easiest for you to get there. If you're walking your hands down, just extend your body flat on your mat. And we're gonna be taking a reclined twist with our legs. So you probably can just kind of flip them and feel something. So okay. So now what I'd like you to do is bring your legs up over your mat. We call these tabletop legs. So 90 degrees above your mat. And then we're just gonna allow our legs to float over to the right as far as they'll go. If they'll rest on the mat, great. If not, that is fine too. If you need to put a block there for support, that's perfectly fine too, like under your right leg. You might want to do that. For those of you that your leg's not going all the way down, it might just be more comfortable, because we're going to hold this twist for several breaths. So I want you to be able to relax through your hips. Keep breathing. Take one more breath in, and with your exhale, draw your legs up. You can use your hands to help your legs make it back up to tabletop legs over your mat, and then go ahead and float them over to the left, switching the block over there if you'd like to use the block for support under your left leg for a spinal twist. Keeping your gaze up towards the ceiling and breathing. Trying to relax through those hips as much as you can. One last breath in your spinal twist. And then with your exhale, draw your knees up. And then allow the soles of your feet to rest on your mat. So your knees are bent and the soles of your feet are on your mat. And then draw the soles of your feet together. So, and then just let your legs butterfly open like a book on your mat. If this is uncomfortable, you can place a block under each one of your knees. So give me a wave if you'd like blocks, or if you're okay. Okay. This is called reclined butterfly or reclined goddess. Your hands can rest on your belly. They can rest down by your side. You can even bring your arms up and overhead if that feels good. But once again, trying to relax through your hips, relaxing through your groin area, your inner thighs, and just letting gravity do its job. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, draw your knees back up toward one another. You can use your hands to help if you'd like. And then go ahead and you're on your soles of your feet. So bring the soles of your feet back to your mat. And then heel toe your feet so that your feet are at the outside edge of your mat. So you can kind of feel the outside. And then now allow your knees just to fall in towards one another. They don't have to touch, but just falling in towards one another. This is a nice counter stretch to our reclined goddess that we just did. This should feel good. My back. Yeah, that's, I understand. And now bring yourself out of that stretch, heel toeing your feet back to just hip distance apart with the soles of your feet on your mat. Your knees are bent. We're going to take bridge pose. So extend your arms down beside you, palms facing your mat. And take an inhale while you're laying here. And then with your exhale, peel those hips and your lower back off of the mat. And push your hips up towards the ceiling. Good job. And then go ahead and lower your back and your hips slowly back down to your mat. We're going to do that 2 more times. So go ahead and lift slowly, peeling your hips and your back off the mat. And then lowering all the way back down slowly. This time we're going to hold it up there for a couple breaths. So go ahead and lift your hips up. Drawing your core in and holding your hips up there, allowing your knees to draw toward one another, not allowing them to fall open. And bring your attention to your neck and your shoulders. Try to relax there. And then go ahead and slowly lower your hips all the way back down to the mat. Good job. Next pose we're going to take is waterfall pose or legs up the wall pose. So I'll demonstrate for you, and then if you you can choose which version of it. The first version of it would be just to lift up your legs up towards the ceiling. So you're going to remain on your back and lift your legs up. Another way to do it would be to take your block, if this is comfortable for you, you're going to place it under your sacrum. So under where your legs meet your spine, basically. Your hips meet your spine. And then it just gives you a little more lift. And then once your legs are up there, if you need to adjust your block to make it more comfortable, go ahead and do that, because it kind of might be pushing in certain areas. And then just keep those legs up. You can circle your ankles if that feels good. Point and flex your toes. Once again, your arms can be by your side on your belly, or you might want to try lifting them overhead. Two more breaths here. And then slowly, slowly release the soles of your feet all the way down to your mat. If you have the block underneath your sacrum, go ahead and lift your hips up and release your block. Set it off to the side. And then just extend your legs long to the mat. And we're going to prepare for Shavasana, which is just a few minutes at the end of our practice where we just relax and just take in the benefits of our practice. You know, kind of, even if it's just patting yourself on the back for being here. So extend your legs long, if that's comfortable. Allow your feet just to fall open to the sides. Your arms can be resting down by your side, palms up or palms down. Or you can have them on your belly, or maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Around with a scented eye cloth, just place it over your eyes gently, just to block out the light. That smells good. And then while you're in your Shavasana, I'll be quiet for just a moment. So if you want to take advantage of practicing some of that balanced breathing, you can do that. And what you do is you inhale to a certain count, say to a count of 4, and then you exhale to a count. up, and then stretching from the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes, and rolling over to your right side or whichever side is most comfortable for you, rolling over to one side or the other, just for a couple final breaths in your Shavasana. And then bringing yourself all the way up to an easy seated position, crisscross applesauce. And then placing your fingertips out by your side. We're going to take one last big breath in together and out. So inhale as you lift your arms up, bringing your palms together, and then exhale, bringing your hands to heart center, bowing your head slightly, Anjali Mudra. Thanks to each of you for being here. It was my pleasure to share your practice today. Namaste.
Emmanuel. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Excellent. Very good.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Now we need to repeat that one last thing. The thing over the
The
eyes.
Shavasana, yeah. I know that is the best part, right?
For a moment there, I was like really feeling all the